Hey, my Musties, how are you doing today? I'm excited. My name is Jesús Nolan, and I'm ready to show you a brand new idea that I've been working on for a while. And it's a brand new app, essentially, that's going to connect storytelling with AI and put it together. Because we're all about storytelling here on this channel, but there's been so much talk about generative AI, LLMs, OpenAI, ChatGPT, all that stuff. So we wanted to make something that could benefit the community while also using this new technology. So let's get started. Before we get into demoing the actual application, and mind you, it's an app, but it's a proof of concept. It is barely functional. It is a baby piece of software and code. And if you were to look at the commits and the code itself on the GitHub repository, which is open source, you would realize that, yeah, this is very poor. So don't get your hopes up that this is an app that you can download on like the App Store or on the Google Play Store. This is not something as fleshed out as something like a Fat Roll. You know, that app is good. Go download it, check it out. But anyways, so just a little bit of context. This piece of software combines ChatGPT LLMs like GPT-4 from OpenAI with a vector database, which is called ChromaDB, which allows you to actually do context search with just like text only. And then also combines an AI model called Whisper from OpenAI, which helps to do speech to text. Now you can still type out your story, but if you wanted to talk it out, which is something I really appreciate doing, kind of talk out the idea and then edit it later with typing on a keyboard, you can do that also here as well. And the application gives you essentially a little bit of way to prompt, right? To be able to prompt the AI or your story to say, hey, what is the setting, right? Basic stuff like that. What is the character's profile based on what you've already given it in the first place? Now, this is not a way for the AI to completely write your story for you. You can do that in ChatGPT and just like prompt and chat that way if you want to. This is a way for you to take an initial idea that you have in your mind, write it down, write down a few more documents that go with it, like a synopsis, a setting, and a couple of characters and a basic premise. Take that and then use the companionship of an AI model like GPT-4 to then give you summarization, give you outline, give you table of contents, give you chapter titles, and that way it can kind of help you to journey through the storytelling process together and kind of keep it organized in a nice JSON open document. So that's a lot of tech that I just said, but hopefully when you see the demo itself, it'll make more sense that way. Okay, so let's get on with this demo. As you can see, it's a very simple application. Like I told you, it's a proof of concept. Not all the features are fleshed out yet. This is just devlog 1. So number 1, we're not doing anything crazy. But here's the title of the application, Story Traveler, file, open, quit, so that kind of thing. And in the background, if you see code, that is Visual Studio Code, my text editor environment where I'm coding the application, the app in Python. And so, yeah, I can do more of a technology breakdown in another video, but let's just demo this. So the basic idea here is on this column, there would be the story title and then synopsis, which would tell you, okay, kind of in order of how you want to go. I think I will allow the ability for you to go in the future to go in any order you want. But I also think it's kind of cool, at least for me, to have like a set order of questions or prompts that get you kind of thinking and get you thinking and imagining your story, your world. Okay, so we're gonna open up a file here. And not this story, but this story. This is what we're gonna demo today. All right, so that's Foxes and Birds. That's kind of like the name of the folder, but within that folder is a settings.json file. Again, I can do more of a technical breakdown, but it holds some sense of the data locally on your computer. And that's kind of another theme why I built a custom app. I know there are other apps probably you can use that may do similar things, but I want something that works completely offline, at least for this first version of it, and loads up your data using an open text format such as JSON, the JSON format. All right, so I have a fox and two birds, and I have a title. I have no synopsis, right? So kind of maybe one or two couple sentences of saying what the story is basically about. So if I click on synopsis, that should load it into this text box area. I have nothing, so there's nothing there. So I could start with a little bit of an idea of, a fox. Let's see. Named. I was thinking Sebastian, but let's go with the shorter name named Seb. Alright, fallen to the ground. Okay. And then the cool thing here, this is now where the AI can be a companion for you. And really, we're just going to do a simple thing of an AI model that's used for speech to text. And again, in later videos, we can go into more summarization using a model like GPT-4. But for now, we just have speech to text today. So if I hit speak, now it's listening, and it's going to add more words to what I'm saying and take a short kind of segment of what I'm saying. All right, it's processing. All right, so now it added it there. Now, obviously I don't want to use any of that, so let's actually do this again, but let's talk about the story. So yeah, a fox named Seb finds a nest, fallen to the ground, and finds out that in the nest is a single unhatched bird egg. Two other birds come in. Okay, so there we go. So now what's great is that we can come in here and then still edit the text and keep adding to it. And finds out that in the nest is a single unhatched bird egg. Seb, hungry, decides to steal the egg and eat the egg. This is not the best story for an example, but okay, let's keep adding. Steal the egg and eat it, but is approached by the parent birds of the egg. Alright, so this is the only thing. It's taking very small segments of what I'm saying, but it's cool because you can just keep adding and kind of get the flow going back and forth between text and speech, and eat it. Let's see, but before he does two birds. Let's see. Give him a choice. All right. Which Seb decides to still eat the egg, and that's the end of the story, I guess. That's the end of the story. All right, let's see here. So not the best story to start off with. A choice which Seb decides to still eat. So eat the egg. Okay, cool. All right, so like very basic stuff, but again, the cool part is using AI, using a free model called Whisper from OpenAI, and using Python, the programming language. I was able to kind of get some thoughts typed out, but then also speak out some thoughts and kind of edit those and put them all together into what I'm gonna save as a synopsis. And then, so now when I save it, what needs to happen is there should be some kind of notification saying you have successfully saved the synopsis, but that's not what happens. But it has saved to the background, and so what we can do here is we can quit. And then we'll run this app again. You can drag it here to the middle of the window. And then file open. And now we have the settings file. And then we load the synopsis. And there we go. And that's the demo. That's version 1. So the next step obviously would be to have it so if I'm not too proud of what I have here so far, maybe asking OpenAI, ChatGPT, some kind of large language model to then do a summarization or to assist me in giving me a better beginning, middle, and end. As you can see, I had a decent beginning, struggled in the middle, and then fell flat on my face in the end. But that's writing, right? It's the process. And so I will, in the next video, next devlog, hopefully I'll have that feature ready to go. And so if you want to see more of that, please like and subscribe and get ready for the next video. That was the demo of the new application. I'm calling it Story Traveler, a way for you to journey and adventure through the stories that you create. Yeah, that's the tagline. That's what we're gonna go. We're gonna go with that for now. Anyways, so essentially I'm gonna be doing devlogs kind of like this from every couple of weeks to show the new progress. But again, if you want to see every single commit of code, you can go to github.com and check out the repository itself. And you can follow it and watch it. And if you're not into coding itself, you can just watch along and follow for the notifications. But if you are into coding and want to help out, reach out to me and maybe we can join up and partner on this. Again, it would be super dope to make this with a community, which is why I'm open sourcing in the first place. And I hope that one day it will be a full-on application where you can go through an entire, essentially prompting list where you're able to get to a full-on book. Again, you're writing it, you're coming up with the stories and ideas, but you have an AI co-pilot, an AI companion, a writing partner to go along with you in the process. And if you like this, comment below on features that you think are important or are needed. And also subscribe to the Musty Creative, because again, we want to be a motivation for storytelling. We want to be an inspiration for great storytelling. And so this is why we're making this application. Thank you for watching this video. And if you really like this application idea, or if you have your own ideas, let us know. We'd love to talk about them with you. We have a podcast where we talk about creativity and storytelling and love to interview creators and storytellers as yourself. So get in contact with us and you can be on the show. Also, if you have any comments about future features or updates to what you saw in this demo, or just think it's cool, if you think it's a bad idea, also let me know. Comment below in the video and I would love to read and discuss and dialogue with all of you about your comments. And thanks so much. So for next time, my musties, stay musty and stay creative. Take care.